It's really wonderful to be here as a business person, so I'm a bit the odd sheep here in the audience as I'm not an IT person, but it's really wonderful to be here with you and share a bit the business perspective of digital transformation. So I will talk about our S&OP program, which is pretty much the heartbeat of our company, matching our supply and our demand. I'll do that in Pecha Kucha style. That is a presentation style that is really simplistic, so 20 slides, 20 seconds on average per slide, and it will help to make a quite complex story very simple, I hope. So why AkzoNobel? Because there's so many really cool companies in the high tech, like Google, I think is also presenting today, Amazon, Netflix. I think AkzoNobel is a really wonderful case for you as well. Most of you, I guess, are not in the high tech. So therefore, I think a case in a traditional company has been existing for a long time is something where everyone can learn from. So why is Frank Sinatra on there? I think if in an old setting you can make it, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. So I hope it will be useful for you. So let me tell you a bit about AkzoNobel. Why is it an old company? It is literally an old company. It started in the 17th century. Some parts were founded in Sweden, other parts were founded in the Netherlands. And overall, it is a company that is very proud of its products. It's very proud of the services that we give to our customers. And we have been existing and growing over time. So many mergers and acquisitions over the centuries. And while this is a great model, it also slowly means that pressure builds up because old industries tend to not innovate and self-invent gigantically. This also happened for AkzoNobel. In 2017, there was an unsolicited bid to take over the company, and we had activist shareholders knocking at our door and calling our C-suite. So things needed to clearly change. And now for this picture, I was wondering, shall I do Superman or shall I do a picture of our CEO? So as you know, I'm a very big fan of him. I had the pleasure to report to him 2 years. His name is Thierry van Lancker, and he stepped in 2017 when we were in the midst of this crisis. His motto is to never waste a good crisis, and from the beginning he set really clear business objectives. Financially, we want to achieve 15% return on sales by 2020, and we were able to achieve this. Now, how did we do it? Our CEO is a very results-focused person, but he does appreciate that for getting results and driving decisions, you need data. You need a clear plan to measure against, and if there's any gaps, you can timely address them with the organization and make sure that we reap all the opportunities in order to meet our targets. So, how do you make this happen? How do we make sure that the whole company is aligned around one plan? Now, that's what, and I know everyone had lunch, but that's what I like to call kind of the sandwich of change. And I'll talk about 3 parts. The top part of the bun, the lower part, and the meat. Now, what is the top part? The top part is for us our integrated business planning process. It is a way, a governance, to structure the whole company so that all the functions in a coordinated way, in a monthly cycle, align on where we are going together. There's only one plan, and that plan drives us to execute our business strategy. So that's really the top-down, and our C-suite has been championing this plan for the past 3.5 years. Now what then happens is you get a bottom-up pull, because all your key stakeholders are in these meetings and their fate is tied to a good plan being on the table, because without a good plan, they don't know how they're doing, and in the end, they'll end up missing their targets, and that's what you really want to avoid. So they see really data and planning as a key tool for them to be successful in their job. So you see, we have now the whole company mobilized, the C-suite, bottom up, everyone is pulling, give us a plan, give us data. But now you still need the sweet part, so the meat in this lovely hamburger. And this meat is quite difficult to achieve, honestly, because a plan doesn't just happen magically. You need a lot of stars to align in order for it to come together. So I'm a business person, as I mentioned. I've been driving our advanced planning transformation with my team of planning experts and supply chain data scientists. And together with HR, with IM, with external consultants, with software vendors, we are surrounding the heart of our company, our business units, our regions, and really making sure that we are able to pull this data together to get mindsets changes, and overall to make sure that we're successful. Okay, besides our sandwich, we also need a bit of a drink. So here comes the wine. And the wine, I know it's a bit contradictory, but it stands for very hard work. Because it takes really a long time effort to get your data to mature. So when we started our transformation, our small data, our master data was in single digits accuracy. We're now well over 90s. But not everything has matured as greatly. So our applications have matured like fish. We have been rotating them very quickly because simply they didn't meet the business needs anymore. And we're very thankful also for our IM colleagues that they've been so supportive in making this happen. Then HR. Why do we need HR? In order to make this transformation happen, you need people that don't color in the box. You need a bit odd, quirky people that are able to find their way in the company to pull everything together. And what I've personally noticed when I started my role, often we are seen a bit as barbarians in the business. Oh my God, there they come again. We have everything so well structured in IM. And I can tell you, things are changing. I think the barbarians have evolved. And I would really like to also ask you, think about it, how you mobilize the organization, because if you don't involve the business, it will feel to you like herding cats, and I guess that is not the best activity to do. So I already mentioned business is evolving. I think there's a lot of unicorns that exist in the business. It means we have people with data science background, functional background, great communicators, and value obsessed. And I want to really put the myth to rest that these people don't exist. And then also one more thing, I think we really need to change the way that we look at our partners, at consultants, at software vendors. In old company, there's often a procurement mentality of, we'll keep you at an arm's length and we'll squeeze the value out of you. This is really old thinking. Of course, there needs to be healthy boundaries, but you need to co-create. Make the pie bigger instead of thinking small. So I hope you had a glimpse into our ecosystem and of all the buzz that we've created in our company. And our stars have aligned to kind of make the magic happen. I hope also, besides the great tech that I see here today, you're able and a bit inspired to zoom out and think about what stars need to align for you to make that same magic happen in your company. Thank you very much.